Check one, two, check one, two. Welcome. Hello again. This is the second edition of Circle Talk for this week. Told you we had a double dosage, and I'm excited for today's guest. We've worked together outside in the community, helping less fortunate people or people that are in need of some things, whether it's food, whether it's clothing. I've had the opportunity to just have a conversation with her online, and she's very intelligent and excited to share her story with everyone out there. But before we bring Lonnetta Cunningham on stage, one of the things that we always want to do is make sure we thank our sponsor on iShotya.com. Thank you so much for continuing to support us, be a part of the movement. If you guys, anyone out there is interested in getting pictures done from this individual, he will meet you wherever you want to go. He's got a great deal going right now for the summertime. It's a beautiful, beautiful chance to get out there and create magic with you and your family. So hit him up, iShotya.com, where you can get some amazing photos. Trust me, I know I've got winter photos, I got fall photos, and I even got spring photos. Yes, he has definitely been an amazing addition to my family. So iShotya.com, hit him up. Also, another thing that I wanted to touch on, next Sunday, it is going down, Thanksgiving in July. If you guys did not get the memo, yes, we're going to be going out to feed our community. There are a lot of people out in our community right now that are struggling, that are living in these tent cities all over our neighborhoods. And what we are trying to do is just give them an opportunity to feel better about their situation. So we're going to create Thanksgiving meals, and we're also going to create baskets or bags with goodies that are going to be beneficial to them, with like toiletries, toothbrushes, things of that nature, anything that'll be beneficial during their time, in a tough situation. So that's next week, next Sunday. If you want to be involved in it, all you have to do is hit me up. We're looking for people that want to get out and do the groundwork. Obviously, I will be there. I'm going to be cooking, not really cooking. I'll be I'll be helping with the cooking. We will be separating all the items. We will be creating the bags. We will be doing all of that stuff next Sunday before we go out and feed. So if you want to be a part of it, hit me up. Hit any of our people that are involved in the circle. We got Aaron Demetro, we got Lynn Nesbitt, we got Joy Cage, and we got Rebecca Cushi. You can hit any of these people up. Also, you can hit up Greg Snyder down at Cajun Water. He's going to be the one that gives us the spot to create this magic. And also, Stephanie from White Dove Cleaning is also involved as well. So you can hit any of these people up. We got a great team working for us again this year. So if you guys would like to be a part and participate, Thanksgiving in July next Sunday, it's going down. I'm really excited. Without further ado, we don't want to keep this lady waiting. She is very important, and I know she got things she would like to do on her Saturday. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring her on. So without further ado, why don't we welcome Lonnetta Cunningham to the building? What's up?
You're funny. I was all listen. I'm so excited for your thing. I was like, when you said you was cooking, I was like, oh, wait a minute. But
You're gonna
you
call me out
clarified.
online, huh? In front of everybody,
Like,
call me out. Yes, I don't really do much cooking, but I can. I mean, I throw down a little bit, but I say
if it
that
helps,
I let the real cooks do the heavy work. I do the light work, like maybe some mashed potatoes or something real simple. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
Maybe
that's work. That's work.
boil some broccoli or something. Something really simple.
Funny.
But how are you
Yeah,
feeling this Saturday morning?
I'm good. So it's been a good morning. Got my workout in. Got some time with my grand puppy. Got some chores in. So I'm good.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Well, first off, I want to really, really thank you for this opportunity. I know we've been we've been kind of missing each other a lot, trying to schedule and then reschedule and then reschedule. And so it's nice to finally have an opportunity to share some time with you and learn a little bit about you. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there
Thank
that are anticipating this conversation. Um, so how you feel? Are you
thank
okay?
you
You
for
okay
having
with,
me.
huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this ain't, this ain't my thing normally. So,
Yeah,
but I'm super excited. We've talked before, and so it's fun to be here. And
yeah.
I know your heart, and so it's an honor. Thank you for having me.
All right, all right. You're welcome. Thank you again. Let's jump into it. Anybody that knows me knows I love to figure out where people are from because, you know, like for me, I'm from the hilltop. Most people know that. I was born and raised on the hill. I don't know if that's true for you because you may not be. But where did it all start for? Where did it all start for Lynette?
Um, I'm that's my community, the hilltop. I was born in Seattle. Uh, quickly moved to Texas. Family moved us to Texas. Moved back to Tacoma when I was about 7, so just
Mhm.
a few years ago. Uh, and North End. I lived North End. I was a North End girl.
Okay.
Um, and but it was in high school, in junior high. I went to Mason, and they shipped in our hilltop, community.
Hmm.
It was time when they did that, and that's where I got connected with my people. Oh, that's my grandpappy's gonna make noise throughout this. But yeah, grew up North End Tacoma. This is my community ever since. I was in the military.
Oh, you was in the military.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Wow, I
Out
didn't see.
of high
See, I didn't even know that. I never knew that.
school, soldier of the year, 1990. Just to put that story.
Well, thank you for your
Yeah,
your
that was,
service. Yeah.
thank you.
So did you go to what? You lived in the north and did you go to Wilson or where'd you end up graduating from?
I I did go to Wilson. I wound up graduating from Foss, though.
Oh, wow. That's a
A
change.
Falcon.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, shout
yes.
out to Ross. I
Yeah,
mean,
I tell you, I had a little story, and there's a season where I dropped out of school, and then when I went back, I went to Foss. That was where I graduated from.
right on. That's cool. I didn't even realize that. That's interesting. See, I love this is the best part about doing these interviews because you think you know someone until you actually talk to them and then you realize that there's a whole nother story behind the story that you may have, learned, from quick
Yeah.
conversations. So you went to Foss, you graduated from Foss. What happened after that? Did you go to college at all? Did you um
I hopped into the military,
yeah,
running away.
yeah,
Basically
yeah.
trying to find some stability in life, and military was home for me, and it did. I learned a lot. I did learned
Yeah.
a lot in the army. It was good for me.
Gotcha. Did you have any siblings? Were you an only child?
No, not at all. So yeah, so I have an older sister, um, and then several other siblings, and
Okay.
then I have a baby sister. Just lots of siblings, dads. I have one sister that we share biological parents.
Hmm.
So I came from that kind of family.
Yeah.
Uh, just you know, some of the things that kids are dealing with today. Broken home, just different things. My older sister went into foster care. I kind of went into that for a little bit, but
Mhm.
um, you know, work things out. So when I say, going into the army was like my little escape, was
Yeah.
just it was, but it was really good
Escape
for me and
from reality doing it
gave me a career. Yeah.
right on. And then when you went into the military, what did you go in there for particularly? Did you have anything in mind that you were, leading towards, or did you just say, "Hey, I just need to get out of here. I'm jumping into the military. Let's go. Let's do it."
Yeah. So when they come to the school, they offer that test. You can do some kind of testing, and it gets you out of class, and that's what I
Yeah.
did. And then the recruiters start calling, and I entered into the military an E2, which is already a promotion,
Yeah.
and I did eye specialist, and so I was able to work with ophthalmologists, kind of learn that kind of culture. When I got out, I had a great career.
Mhm.
I was 19, so I was only in a couple years, and had my first baby as a teen mom, and but I was able to get a job right away, and
Right.
yeah, it was good. Yeah,
Awesome.
a lot of fun.
Right on. So after the military, you had your baby, obviously your first son, right? Your son.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your life as a mother. Like, when did you realize like playing video games was such a big thing for your family?
Maybe I don't know. I loved video games.
Yeah.
I was an arcade girl. My grandpa used to give us $20 and let us go play video games all
Yeah.
day. Um, it was the thing. I remember when Atari came out, and so it was just. I mean, we bought a console. My son, we bought him a console. Well, Santa would always buy him a console. Don't do that. Santa don't get to give all the best gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, young parent, didn't know better.
Yes.
But there was a season where, I mean, he had a controller since he knew it was on. It
Mhm.
wasn't always plugged. My husband was usually playing and would give my oldest son a controller, and he thought he
Yeah.
was playing.
Right.
And that happens with all of our kids, where they think that,
Yeah, I know
but
exactly what you're talking about.
yes. So we did that. But, video gaming, every time a new game or a new console came out, it was always in our household.
Yeah.
Eventually it became it became a tool. It's like I created this chart as older for any kind of screen time. It was like, go run around the block, you get 10 more minutes of this. Just this kind of chore gave you this many minutes. You're gaming. It wasn't a free for all.
That's cool.
But yeah, so monitor it. It was, it modified behaviors. You know,
That's
it's like
very
kind of like
interesting.
cell phones do.
What's that?
Just like you want this access. Just like cell phones or else
Yeah.
young people, they want access to that, and it's a privilege to have. And
Right.
so that's what our household was. Um, you know, it worked.
Yeah. My
As a mom,
and
you find what your kids are passionate about.
yeah. I have some very, very similar things when it comes to gaming myself. I was a huge gamer. I was all about the RPGs, and I used to play them all day, every day. And I'd have my daughters next to me, and I'd give them a game, a controller, just so they felt like they was a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, I have a
You know,
23-year-old, excuse me, and a 19-year-old. Both my girls, they're huge gamers, huge gamers. Call me up. We talking about different games that are out. Dad, have you got this game yet? I was like, no, I don't be playing like I used to anymore, babes. But yeah, I definitely agree on that. So let's get into your son. When did he realize he was such a when did you guys realize he had such a huge thing going on with his gaming? Because I mean, he is really one of the top gamers in the world, right?
well, I mean, I would say so. I'm his mama.
Yeah.
But when he was a baby, not a baby. Well, we've always had a camera in his face. But when he was like 4 or 5, he said he wanted to be a comedian.
Mhm.
Would tell us these jokes that I mean, we would laugh. Um, but he just always had a personality. Just he also always had a competitive side.
Mhm.
You know, he's known for his rage. Um, so he would have this huge competitive side. Whatever sport he played, and we put him in everything from roller
Yeah.
hockey, football, baseball, track. He did it all.
Right.
Bowling. He went to state in bowling. Um, but he was just super competitive, and it just, and we couldn't have. I knew and believed in him that he was going to do something, and
Yeah.
knew that he was. You could just see it in him, and he promised to buy me a house when he was 5. And I'm like, count. Yep. Let's mark. We wrote that down, but just knew that about him, and but we could have never predicted YouTube. Um, so
Right.
he is, so just that combination of his personality and
Yeah.
gaming, he's created content for YouTube. He started doing that over probably 10 years ago or so, and it's 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 an avenue that I wouldn't have thought, but it's using all of his gifts to uh to do what he wants to do. And
That's
so, and
good.
I love it because, you know, we choose who we want to watch on YouTube. There's networks and stuff that have been choosing who we watch
Right.
and what we listen to and the programming. We were just talking about, just all the different things you can see on YouTube these days. And so it's
Yeah.
really cool that he was able to get into that industry, and that it's people that have, built him up to what he's doing today. So it's kind of cool. Not kind of cool. It's the coolest thing. I, I've learned. He's taught me to not be like, "Ooh, my baby," but
Yeah.
"Ooh, my baby."
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's really cool. And you know, I I I checked him out a couple times. He's doing
Yeah,
major moves. But
yeah. So yeah, so like, not everyone watches is into gaming. Well, you are, but another cool thing that you might be interested in is he's executive producer of the show called Gaming While Black. So you'll have to look that up on YouTube. And
yeah,
it's
we'll have to
interviews. It's funny. Like that.
I'm gonna get you once we're done. I need to get that info so I can type it. So type it in the comments. So if anybody else would like to check it out, we'll make sure that's in the comments. So enough about your son. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Um, so I know that you're for a while you was working at Life Center.
Yes. Yeah. Put in some time there. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Um, I volunteered for a long time, for about 7 years. Um, uh, I, you know, I think we didn't really go into it, but I had a past. Lots of different, things have happened in my past and whatnot, and uh, I was in a desperate space. Um, I've had some suicide attempts, things like that, and like I did go to Life Center, and as soon as I went, I was sold, started volunteering in children's ministry, which is, youth is my passion, and uh, I did some programming and whatnot there. It was there where I first started doing some bullying prevention work. So 2011, created some programming there that got into first the Tacoma Public Schools, wound up being in 6 different school districts. I think we reached 60 some schools in my time there. Just it was. I learned a lot. I learned a lot being there. About myself, about God, um, community, ways to help the community. Gave me a lot of opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great place. I've been there a few times myself, and I always feel at home. And even though it was never my my main church. It was always a good place for me to go and get rejuvenation. It felt like always felt accepted, and love that, love that church.
Yeah.
Um,
What
so
I
let
would, what my, oh, go ahead. I was gonna say that was my attraction, was the work that we did in the community.
mm,
That you know, there was I found a place to work in the community there, so it
yeah,
was awesome.
How passionate are you about working in the community, working with kids?
Don't make me cry. It's my, uh, I think they say like the most dangerous prayer you can say is like, use me, God, you know? And, that I did that prayer and, ah, uh, and it just, my heart changed, just, so many things that I was doing to survive, life and, serving the community, serving kids, like just changed everything for me. Just using my past, knowing, like I said, I grew up North End, Tacoma, beautiful home, a lot of, great opportunities, but also, I was in the 70s. People who looked like me in the North End was brand new. I mean, in '68, it was just legal to have a mixed, for us to have mixed kids. And so
Right.
just never find a place to belong, experience different abuses, things like that. And so I knew that my purpose was in reaching and letting them know, like, no matter what happens to you, no matter what experience you have, that you're valuable, that nothing can take that away, that you have a purpose, that it'll all be used for good. And so my passion is kids, and youth. You just never know what's going on, in their home or in their life or their mental health. And so just being present, letting kids know that they're a masterpiece, that they're valuable, that they need someone to believe in them, or whatever it is. Like, so that's my goal in life. And I've been brought so many amazing people, including, that's how we met, just serving the community, you know what I'm saying? And you find your people in doing that. You find your purpose in doing that. Because I have my set of skill set, and so there's you, and there's all these other people in the community that I've been able to work with, and connect with. And so, it's a lifestyle.
That's awesome. Well, I do appreciate you for sharing that tidbit, because yes, there is that stigma that that mixed kids have to deal with, being accepted and feeling like people accept them. And I mean, I've had plenty of conversations with my kids, because my kids are mixed as well, with feeling like they're not accepted from the black side and they're not accepted from the white side. They feel like they're dealing with this a lot. So I mean, yes, I hear about it all the time, and know that it's a definite need for people like us to stand up and remind them, hey, it's okay to be who you are. You know, there's always going to be someone that has something to say. The best way to deal with people like that is to rise above that. Don't fall into that category. Rise above it and say, you know what, I'm gonna be better than that, and I'm just gonna walk away and continue to
Yeah.
shine. And so, thank you so much for
Right.
saying.
Right.
Um,
Right.
let's talk about
And
teamwork.
like I said, I'm from. Oh, okay.
No. Go ahead. Finish,
Just
please.
want to know.
Please
No,
finish.
I was just gonna say, like I grew up in Texas where it was okay, to say and do whatever you wanted to kids that look like me, and then you move up north and it's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
different kind of
Yeah.
racism as a kid, and so especially there's just a few of us, but I found my community, and yeah, thanks for letting me talk about that a little
Well,
bit.
let me
Teamwork.
before we get into teamwork, though. You said something, and I just want to ask it really, really quick. Um, so in Texas, you guys lived in a place where mixed was accepted, or no?
No. I mean, yeah, no. I think,
Okay.
and they were more. I mean, my mom who is white passing, would get so much hate. I felt like they were more bold with her. There was
Yeah.
spitting, there was cussing, it was the end,
Okay.
whatever they wanted. Up here, it was just different, systems in place. It was. I mean, my first day of school, a little boy walked up with his friends and was like, "Oh, she's pretty for a nigger." It was just,
Wow.
and that kind of just always, oh, she's intelligent for, she speaks well, she dresses well for it, that just kind of that, like, lots of, up
Wow.
here, but, just being, yeah, I mean, North End,
Yeah, the
that's
North
what I'm
End
saying. When I
definitely.
was, especially in that time, the 70s.
Mhm.
But like I said, I found my community, um, when Mason, introduced me to kids, and there was a lot of kids that looked like me from the hilltop, and you know, so we ran. That's why I ran. Like I said, I've had in the past doing all kinds of stuff, and so I'm sure some of the things that young.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy when you think about you having to deal with that in the 70s, and today we are still dealing with this same stuff. It's so sad because this has been going on for so long. When are we going to grow up, realize that we're all the same, we all bleed the same, and just live with each other, love one another for who we are. Like, if you don't like me because of the color of my skin, okay, but keep that to yourself. Move the other way. We try to move on and and create unity and peace and
Right?
it's so sad, you know? Like
Yeah.
when my daughter came to me last year during Juneteenth, when she came to me and was like, "Dad, they don't accept me on the black side." So I go over to my white friends and they look at me funny because I'm mixed skin color. And so who I don't really have anyone that accepts me. It's so sad. It's such a sad, like, cuz I
It's
thought I
so
had.
it's so that, and there's so many. Our culture is just so many different. Than it was even when I was thinking. So in my head, I'm thinking that we're advanced when it comes to that. But obviously we haven't. And I'm sad because I know what that feels like, and that's why I go back to saying, like, that's why I need, like, my passion is kids. Just
Yeah,
early on to understand, like, everything about you is valuable, and that those differences is what makes you so special. It's those
yeah,
differences that'll help you make a difference. And
absolutely.
so, let me talk to her.
And right now she's at Wild Waves. Both my girls are at Wild Waves. My daughter's birthday was on the 7th of July, so they're
I
celebrating
saw
today.
that.
Yeah, they're all at
14.
Wild Waves
How old?
today. She's 13 now. Yeah,
13.
yeah.
Ooh, team
They're all celebrating
better.
at Wild Waves. Hey, Sierra, Shay, what's up? But anyways, so let's get into teamwork now. Let's venture off
Okay.
into that. Let's talk a little bit about teamwork. Let us know about a little bit about teamwork.
So Teamwrk, uh, said I've been doing bully prevention, character building since programming since 2011, so it's about 10 years now. A couple years ago, my son and I, I my passion was to keep doing this work, and so my son was like, him. We were discussing him doing a nonprofit at the same time, like what my passion was, and he was like, "Mom, like, what do you want to do? Like, do what you've been doing." Um, and so, and at that time, I had this history of doing like school assemblies, workshops, and things like that. Um, but with 90% of kids online doing gaming, it being a huge thing, it just seemed like the right thing to do is to create video gaming clubs, video gaming camps. It was like 2 years ago this week that we had our first Teamwrk video gaming camp. So where there's competitive gaming, but we also do responsible gaming, online safety, healthy habits, bullying prevention, getting kids, sometimes kids can get so isolated in playing games. And so bringing to a community where they can see face to face. We break up that time with healthy habits. You shouldn't in 45 minutes without getting up, moving around. So we would break that up. Really is just about reaching kids where they're at. It's challenging to live up to their full potential. Yeah. And so in that space, get to know the kids. And we bring in different speakers, our community. I will be calling you. We bring here from the community to come and talk to the kids. In our breakup time, whether it's to talk about teamwork or sportsmanship or the value of self or what else do we do? I mean, there's just whatever character building kind of trait we try to find people to come in and help talk to the kids. John James has been one of them. Rashi, Marcus Trufant is coming to talk to the kids. So it's really about getting in front of the kids, getting to know them, finding out needs. Teamwrk can't do it by ourselves, and so we partner with other organizations. We find kid needs shoes. That's our people. Kid needs a backpack. There are people that's their passion is to get backpacks for kids. And so we try to partner with people, meals, different partners to find meals for our kids. But gaming is a tool to get our messaging out and to love them a safe place and a place where they feel like they belong and safe, things like that. So it's been really fun.
Nice. I'm definitely interested in coming out and and being a part of it. I mean, obviously, we've talked about it a few times, and we just, we're both busy people and steady moving and shaking, and so we haven't, obviously, with and COVID, with COVID happening, we haven't.
Yeah, COVID. I'm so mad. Yeah, it closed our doors for a minute, in that sense, but it helped us create an online network program that we were doing with some students in the Tacoma Public Schools, and it was all online, and it taught online safety, online etiquette, things like that, bullying prevention. It brought in a lot of the same things that we want to teach kids: value of self and others, respecting oneself, things like that. And so it helped us move in the direction we knew we needed to move into anyway, of be everywhere.
Nice.
And so, but they're all about, and he's all about starting here in hometown Tacoma. He grew up in Tacoma, and so that's where we are, getting grounded at.
Yeah, for sure. Well, shoot, I'm excited to for us to link up. School year's right around the corner, so we may have to have a conversation and figure out how we can, cross paths and do some more work.
Yeah, we're at least doing the camp the first week of August. So yeah, I'm writing. I got a pen and paper here. I'll talk to you after this. Yes,
we'll definitely have that talk. So before we
recording, you're not gonna be able to get out of this.
Oh no, you know me. I'm a man of work. If I sign up for anything, I'll come through. You won't have to worry about me one bit.
Yes, I hear that.
Well, life does happen every once in a blue moon. Because yes, there was a time we did plan on meeting, and I missed out on it. And there was a time we planned on meeting, and you missed out on it. It just happens. It's life. Life happens. But
life. Yeah.
We're definitely gonna make it happen. So tell me about a couple of your best friends. You got the Mayor Victoria Woodards, and the Tawana Nobles, Those are like your best friends?
Juana
You
and
guys hang out
Melody.
all the time?
My sisters.
Yeah.
Those are my girls.
How long have you known them?
Before mayor and senator.
Yeah, she's
Uh, so it's funny story. So Tawana, I met Tawana at Life Center. I
oh,
first started my when I took a role. I was early childhood director, and she was one of the volunteers that had already been volunteering for a while.
mhm.
And I got the schedule. I'm doing the schedule and scheduling volunteers, and I put her on for one Sunday a month. And I got this strongly worded email and phone call about, you only put me on the schedule once a month. I'm there 4 times a month. Whoop de whoop. All right, who is this girl? And she was the best volunteer. She was always there. Her kids were involved in the ministry, helping her. Just so passionate about kids, passionate about teaching, so passionate about serving. Um, and you can't help but connect with that,
Mhm.
and so we became fast friends, mostly just in just, I can't even explain it. It's just like, like it's that connection that you just have with
Yeah.
someone, and we've been doing life and supporting each other, um, being able to have those real conversations with each other, uh, those tears,
Yeah.
passion for our community. How do we fix this? How do we do that? You know,
Yeah, you actually are friends with a couple of my friends from way back in middle school, like Latasha Wortham, Naomi Pruitt.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I am so blessed. My circle is the, there's Pat Coleman, Annie Jones Barnes, Latasha. You're gonna have her brother on next week. Her is
Yep.
amazing. He's on our team. Candace Wesley, Farron Johnson, Tracy Davis was community for. I was so blessed to have her as a friend. Can you foster just like, this circle? You
I know a few people. We know a few people. It's
yeah.
it's just
So
crazy
I'm
that
very
we
blessed.
like really up until like maybe a year and a half ago, we never really crossed paths before. But
Right.
I also did a change in my life though, because I was kind of in the streets before I started doing this type of work and really, getting my mind
Mm-hmm.
right and focusing more on what God wants me to do. I was in the streets. So I mean I get it. I understand, why we wouldn't cross paths, but I didn't even, I'd never seen you even. And I was just like, well, when I finally started doing this and you started showing up a lot more, I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what's going on with teamwork and Lonnetta and see if how we can connect and build something. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm excited. We
And it was
we
through Tawana I met Maria.
what's
Yeah.
up?
You had said something about Victoria, and I was going to say it was through Tawana that I connected with Victoria,
Yeah,
years ago, before council member, mayor, um,
yeah,
just solid people.
yeah,
My circle is, they're all about service. Just like serving our community. That's
yeah,
why we even met. And it's kind of, that's all I got time for. Basically, like, my circle, whether it's male, female, like, they're all doing stuff. They've given their life and their work to helping others,
yeah.
and
They're servers,
so
selfless servers.
yeah,
Serving our
selfless
people.
servers
They're
trying to
vessels.
make a difference.
We're all vessels. Being used the appropriate way, and so it's it's a blessing, and I'm so excited for more service, opportunities to work
Yeah,
with good people, that got their minds right and their hearts right and are about this life. This is the only reason I live these
yeah,
days. I live to serve and help people find themselves when they're lost. There's a lot of people that are dealing with some trying times, and uh, we are needed more than ever. It seems like these days, and so I welcome the opportunity to work with people like yourself, John Gaines. Shout out to him; he's watching right now. Marvin, Asia, all of you guys are
that's
amazing
family.
people. Family. So, um, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Before we get out of here, I gotta ask you, what's your take on woman empowerment? I know you didn't want me to ask
That's
it
my
because
take.
I asked you before, and you was like, "Don't ask me that." But I really would like to know what's your thoughts on woman empowerment. And
What are you trying to pull out of me? What you want? What you
well,
want?
well, you have done a lot of different things in your journey. Currently, you're working at the state capitol. Like, what's your take on women empowerment and seeing more women take the initiative and take those type of roles? um are How do you feel about our young people coming up? Do you push, hey, you guys, we need more of you in this type of field? Or what is your thoughts on that?
Hmm. I think we all have we all have our gift set. Um, and I my what I believe, like every is like, I don't think that we come up with these dreams. I think that we're created, and it's a dream that comes from above, and we're to walk it out. And so, and there's people in every level. We need people on the streets. We need people, and there's people that run on the streets, and then they're elevated into different situations. I when we talk about circle and whatnot, the people I mentioned earlier and stuff, they're people that we've just always encouraged, always believed in, each other, supporting. It's each other's Facebook page, or like, and we're like our you. It's hard to say. It's hard to be like, this is where you need to be, because society says you need to have so many likes on Instagram or Facebook, or you need to have this kind of personality, and that's not how we're all wired.
Right.
Um, and so it's thing is, you know, use your gifts. Like, you have gifts, and no, there isn't another one like you. You know, there's that has the exact same experiences. There might be some. You might have a twin, a triplet has the same DNA, but they're not like you. They don't have the exact same experiences. Even if it was like you were born second, and you're living with, I was only born second.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is. And so I want girls to, I always want girls to know, like, that, that they're precious, and can make choices and decisions, but not to let society dictate what they should look like, how they should talk, or uh, and to focus on their strengths.
Yeah.
So many people, they want to poke at your weaknesses or your flaws, and and it's like, you don't have like, focus on your strengths, and somebody else. And that's why that's teamwork, community, circle. You need people that are different than you. Like, I love that everyone's a servant and we all care about humanity, and that's what keeps us together. But, like, I can't do what you can do.
Right.
I don't have your same circle, or your resources, or your experience with this, or with that trauma, or with this abuse, or this kind of wealth, or you know what I'm saying. And so, I just, be your best you, and find people that are passionate about the same things you are, and connect with them. Understand that they have different likes and dislikes, but it's what you need to hear, those sides of the story too. That's what's going to help you grow. And so I talk to a young girl, I just be like, you don't have to have it all figured out, but also just you can be and when like Rashi says it the best way, but he's like, when you have the opportunity to lead, take full advantage of it, and it's like, like, be part of the team, but when it's your turn to lead, like, lead, be confident in it, especially when it's you're the expert at your experiences, and so
Sure.
go for it, so.
Good answer. I know I scared you a little bit.
Yeah, like, next time I'm like, send me these questions ahead of time.
You said you wanted to go solo dolo.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't do that rehearsal stuff.
I understand. There are some people that do well with everything ahead of time, so they can prepare themselves for.
That is true. Yes, I was grateful to like kind of learn the platform and things like. And I do like to know what I'm getting into, but again, like I said, I've got to talk to you a little bit, and watch some of your videos and your heart, and so knew I was in a good.
I'm trying. Every day is a new opportunity to be better than the day before. That's my motto. Every morning I wake up, just how can I be better than I was yesterday? So today's a new day, and God is good, and so
that's what you're going to talk about when you come to Teamwrk.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna write that down
whatever
too.
you want me to talk about,
that's your topic.
I got that gift of gab, so it's going down.
Well, you got 7 minutes. You got 7 minutes.
7 minutes? Wow. You gotta make me pack it all in there, huh?
It's part of, yeah. Well, there's research in science. There's all, keeping kids in their attention span.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, and so you'll be great.
All right, I got you.
I'm not anal at all.
You know what?
No, I'm like 7 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm not, but I am.
But you are.
But I am.
Well, you know what, Lonnetta, I truly thank you for taking this time with me. There's so many other things that I could ask you, but I would probably take up a few more hours of your time just to dig into your brain and learn more about who you are as a person. I think you have an amazing aura about yourself, amazing presence. Obviously, you're fun and exciting as well. You got jokes, and I appreciate your knowledge about all the things that we talked about today. I think once I talk to my girls, I'm gonna have my girls hit you up, like seriously, because I think
yes.
My daughters need more people like themselves that have been there, that understand that yes, these people are going to be out here, but I made it through that. So can you. You know what I'm saying? And so thank you so much for your words. I appreciate everything that you said today. Thank you so much for everybody that has watched. If anybody is watching that has any questions for her, please drop them real quick. Let's get those questions out. We'll give her about 2-3 minutes, and then we're going to let her enjoy her day off. So thank you so much again. Let me see if I forgot one of my questions, because I did write down a couple.
Oh, did you?
I did write down a couple, not a whole lot. I wrote down family, life center, teamwork, capital, gaming. Yeah, I got through all of them. What's on tap coming up next? You did mention something you guys are doing in the beginning of August. Will you touch on that? And if you guys have anything coming up after that, can you let us know what's going down?
Yeah. So August, the first week of August, we are back in the work zone, is what we call it. So we're back after COVID, doing our first video gaming camp. Nice. What's special about this is it's Al Davies, which my son grew up there. My old.
That's home. That's home for me too.
Because saying I got Marcel, Marius, and Marlene. All of them are doing amazing. All of them are great. They've all helped be a huge part of Teamwork and are still like on the ground helping run Teamwork. August, the first week of August, just recently got a contract with Xfinity Comcast. Um, they're connected with Teamwork and Al Davies. So they are coming to follow Teamwork at Al Davies during our camp that we're having there that first week, and so we're going to get some national attention. But again, we're back with the, but they have some great announcements for the families. Comcast is coming through for our Al Davies families. Let me just say that, and Al Davies in general. And so that'll be the first week of August. So if your kids, get your kids to enroll at Al Davies summer programming, because they're doing amazing things. And but that's that. And then when school starts, we want to really be pumping up our esports program. You know, there's all kinds of career opportunities, all kinds of college scholarships, but I feel like our community is missing out. And so we want to help exposure to our students, our youth in the game. Not just even with gaming yet. There's kids that are winning 16 million, you know, over a weekend. But there's all kinds of creating games and, you know, sponsoring games, and maybe you're an artist. There's so much in this industry, and we need to expose our kids to it. You know, get off my soapbox, but you know, about putting a ball in their hand or getting outside and stuff. But this is like, if you want to think of it like that, this is another opportunity, and there's so many avenues for it, and not to mention the great people that will surround them if they, you know, get involved. So.
Nice. Well, watch out for that. We're going to make sure that we put all the information about that in the comments once we're done. So let me make sure we didn't miss any questions before we get out of here. I don't want to be rude to anybody. My good friend Linda said, amazing interview, great knowledge, and she appreciates you for your info.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
John Gaines said, great interview as well. Asia, excuse me. Gosh, she's going to kill me. Asia said, preach. He liked, I don't know if you can see any of the comments, but people have definitely been watching and really been paying attention to what you're talking about. So it's been a great interview. I really do appreciate everything you have given us, the knowledge that you have given us. And, you know, a lot of it is going to be extremely helpful to someone. If not the people that are watching, one is definitely going to get something from this. And so thank you so much again. So I think we're going to go ahead and close up shop. It's been a good hour.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't even that hard.
We did it.
Easy.
No. Easy peasy. You're great. And like I said, you know, like I'm picky about this kind of stuff. I really liked your due diligence. I liked your follow up. I love all the details that you put into this, you know, and the hard work. And, you know, off camera, we kind of talked about your experience to get to where you're at.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. Our community needs it. It's a great platform. It's great to hear what other people are doing. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for having me. Keep this going. Appreciate you. So good work.
Thank you. We'll do it again, though. We'll revisit.
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of stuff to say. We got chapters over here. We got chapters.
Yep, chapters. That's how we do it.
Yeah. This was the trial.
This was the trial basis.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Shout out to I want to say thank you to our sponsor again, iShotto.com. Thank you so much for continuing to support us, continue to be a part of this whole journey from the very beginning. He's always had my back, and I've had his, and we on this team together. So thank you. Continue to to support us, guys. We're going to continue moving. Next week, we're going to be with Rashid Wortham, my good friend from the Hilltop.
Nice.
We go back in the days. You was just talking about Al Davies. I met this man way back in the days. Al Davies, People Center, Wrights Park. We used to play ball together, guys. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what he's up to, what he's been going through. Amazing guy, very, very knowledgeable guy. And we're going to talk about it next week. So make sure you guys tune in next week. Rashid Wortham. On behalf on the Circle Talk, I'm David Hayes. Thank you again, Lonnetta. You guys have a wonderful rest of your days. Later. Peace.
Peace.